Boom, what up? First interview of the spring 2024 CS2 Major, first CS2 Major by 2014. We're here with Dogbrain, legendary veteran of all esports scenes, currently the defending champion from the summer 2023 CSGO Major in August, the final CSGO Major. Um, he took the championship there with Teebs' Boomer Zoomers. Let's get right into it. Any initial thoughts on the draft? Not just your team, but in general.
Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious that the player pool is not as strong as it has been in past majors. Um, not not an easy draft to grade, I would say, where it's just hard to tell individuals where they should have been drafted and all that. So it's interesting, that's for sure.
All right. Can we get a at least a vague power ranking of where you have the five teams?
Yeah, I do think I know there's been several different opinions voiced already. I do think that your team's the strongest. Um, even your fifth round, fourth round pick, I guess, Dom can perform and in a given match. So you guys have a strong potential to just have everybody playing well, and I think it's possible that you guys could be a team that could 3-0, 13-0 another team this major. Whereas I think after that, it's a tier the step down for the next highest team with probably Tylenol's team. First overall pick Gordon's gonna be great. Probably gonna perform pretty well. Might outperform some of the captains. So that team has strong potential too. And then I think it's a big shit show where my team, Vale's team, I think we have potential to be the third best team just by power rankings, not without even playing in anything like that. And then, the other two teams, Hans and Izzy Mackay's team, I I don't know how I would rank both of them. I think they both can be pretty weak. I know both of them might have team mental issues, so
Yeah, I think one
we'll
of
see if
them
they
is
implode.
well, yeah, one of them's maybe a ticking time bomb. The other one might have already blown up. So
We'll have to see when it comes to their gameplay.
yeah, yeah, we'll see. So you mentioned my team already. We're actually gonna play in the first round. So you have any general thoughts on that matchup? Certain players that you think might be able to overperform, be a value pick in that matchup.
I think playing you guys first is honestly good for us because since I do think you're the strongest team, it gives us a chance to, um, as a team that's viewed as a weaker team, I believe by other teams and players. I think it's nice to get what I view as the hardest team out of the way, so that way we can gauge how we're feeling, how it goes. I'm not sure how it's gonna go. We like as I said, we might be the team that gets 13 0'd by you. We'll have to see how it plays out. Player wise, I am looking towards Perry, seeing how he'll be able to perform as a first round pick, and also Stu. I know he's played FPS games in the past. He's kind of not as much in the past couple of years, but I think the potential is there for him to perform and be up there at the top of the scoreboard. So
Yep.
if he's able to do that, then I think we stand a chance against you guys.
Yeah, yeah, no, Stu's solid. He stood in for Nicola's team last major and put up a pretty decent performance. They were able to delay their elimination briefly. Then they ran into you guys. So um yeah, so when it comes to the group stage as a whole, what do you think your team's win conditions are? Not necessarily against any particular team, but just just in general.
I think our win conditions is probably just picking maps that make the opponents uncomfortable. Obviously, it's best of ones in the group stage, so it's hard to do that. They'll get the ban out, their worst map, so it's hard to just um, pick out, a good map that's going to be the best for us and worst for them. But I do think the draft is going to be important for us map wise, just to see if we can get an advantage off that, and then also um, we got to figure out who's best where. Try to figure out positions before we even draft to see on certain maps what's
Mhm.
going to be better than others.
In the final map of your championship run, you put up a pretty huge performance on Overpass. You think there's anything in particular that contributed to that, or can it be replicated in this event? Was it something about
Um,
that team, or
that team was just legendary. We had great players. I'm really happy to run it back with Vale.
yep,
I think having two defending champions on the same team is kind of big. That could that
yep,
could help propel us a lot. Um, but personally, my performance, I'm not sure. I think I'll be able to put up numbers. I think not the flame or anything, but I'm gonna dunk on these shitters. Uh, but we'll see. I might go 3-12. I might but I have confidence in myself to perform.
yeah, yeah. That's a huge factor, especially since a lot of the teams and players are a little bit more experienced. Even some of the Valorant players haven't played like a ton of the Valorant majors either. Um, so yeah, we'll see. Uh, One last question about your team. So you guys, I believe, have the most championships. So you and Tarl obviously won the last one. He's on the three-peat, looking to defend his title. But you've also got Cornhole Clunk. He won the first major. So you guys have five championships, if I'm counting correctly. Do you think that experience playing, but also experience winning, gives you a leg up against some of the more inexperienced or less successful teams?
Yeah, I think even though CS2 is different than CS:GO, it's just the fact that players like Clink, me, and Vale have all made deep runs in past majors. We have the experience playing more matches than that we can bring into it. And as you mentioned, some of these other players don't have that experience. So like, they might have nerves. They might just, not be prepared for
Mm-hmm.
what the environment's like playing in these matches. So I think that's definitely a big boost to our team.
Yep. So we've seen the other round one matchup, Han's team versus Tylenol's team. You have any thoughts on that? I know you mentioned that you consider Lev's team to be stronger, but do you think there's an angle that Han's team, maybe if
There,
the best of one, they can steal it? Do you have an angle for that?
there definitely is an angle here. Neats has a lot of potential in this tournament. I know, sometimes he can have a rough game, but if we go back to, the days whenever CS:GO was big in 2014 and we were doing 10 mans all the time, he was one of the best players.
Yep.
So potential's there for him to always carry. The rest of the team, I'm not really sure anything about Highway, so I don't know what his ceiling is. But unfortunately for Han's team, they have Demon 10. Um, so that's always going to knock them down a peg in my book.
Fair enough.
Whereas Tylenol's team, I think they can be pretty solid all around. Aside from obviously Danny, but I think they have. I think Tylenol's team is going to be good enough to take it down unless Neats has a life game.
Sounds good. All right. Final question. Can we get a money line on you and Tarl defending your title? Any chance of that
Shit.
happening?
For us to actually win the title, that's tough. That's pretty long odds. If I had to quick rank everybody's odds, I think your team would probably be like plus 200. Tylenol's team probably plus 450. My team probably like every other team probably like somewhere plus 1,000 more than that or so.
Yep.
It's pretty long shot odds from here, but you got to play the major. That's why we play.
True. True. What about going to the final? How favorable is it if you guys
I
do?
think going to the finals more likely for us than just winning it. I do think again your team I think is just stronger. But going to the finals itself, I think we probably have like plus 400, 500 odds to make it to the finals.
All right, sounds good. Thanks for your time.
Of course.